shake, shake.
Good afternoon. Hey, how you doing? We're here today to talk about the new era of connected service. It is a very exciting time. My name is Todd Enders, and I'm a director on the product team for the Service Cloud at Salesforce, which is our product for customer support, and it's the #1 platform for customer support out in the market. We're very excited about that, and we're going to hear about some new things that we announced just today and see a demo of them. We're also going to hear from two amazing customers who are doing just things that surprise and amaze us and blow us away on our platform. Does that sound like a plan? Yeah. Good. If you make any purchasing decisions, they should be based on currently available product, all right? Good. So I'm going to start by painting you a picture. 12 years ago, I was in a ballroom that seated 20 people in a Radisson in Bridgeport, Connecticut. And Salesforce had asked me to come and do a testimonial about my deployment of Salesforce. Because you see, I was a customer twice before I joined the company. And they wanted me to do that testimonial. And I looked out at the ocean of all 9 faces. And I told them my story. And who would imagine that 12 years later, we are the #1 CRM and customer success platform. So for that, I say thank you, because that's all of your work, that's all of your innovation, and that's all of your taking risks, tearing things up, trying to do them better. There's a thing changing in the market, and I like to start with it because it is how we organize our thinking, our prioritization, and the kind of questions we're asking you, and what we're hearing from you. And it's that there have really been 3 different things in the last 40 years that have been the primary influencer of how people choose which product to buy. In the early 80s, Ford told us, those of us who were born then, some of you were not, in the early 80s, Ford told us, quality is job 1. And in the 80s, quality of your product was the #1 determinant of whether people bought your product versus someone else's. That shifted with the rise of Walmart to a different factor. And it shifted to product quality still mattered, but the #1 factor was now price. There's always 300 people that say price and 1 person says choice. Very good marketing by Walmart. It shifted to price, and price became dominant. Everyone doing business said, whoa, we've been building systems and working with our customers and org charts and investing in our businesses for a world where product quality was how we were going to grow and win, and everything just went right by 90 degrees to price. We tore everything up. A massive wave of innovation, not just in IT, but in business model, happened to try and adapt to this new world. Price is the #1. Well, it's changing again right now. And what it's changing to is customer experience. So if you remember how things changed when the world of Walmart came along and how that affected our strategies, how we related to our customers, how we thought about partners, how we thought about building product, we're at the beginning of another big shift. And it's a very exciting time because it's creating tons of opportunity. One company that has said, this is our time, this is our opportunity, is Intuit. And Intuit makes QuickBooks, which is small business bookkeeping software for over 5 million US small businesses. Those are the guys that grow the economy. So QuickBooks is very important to all of us. And they make TurboTax, among other things. Has anyone, who here filed their taxes with TurboTax this year? During peak tax day, there are two of them. One is on March 30th for responsible people, and then there's April 11th, which is me. During those peak seasons, they were solving 10,000 cases per hour. And they did something amazing we're going to see a video of. And then there's one other thing about their story that I think we all need to look at and pause and take a nice deep breath and think about our own businesses, which is that 11 million people in America filed their taxes on their phones. So what does that mean for you? Well, I've left you with that question, which is a really big question. Let's take a look at what Intuit has done to take experience and what that experience is for their customers and make it their #1 product differentiator. Let's roll the film.
Our mission as a company is to help customers improve their financial lives so profoundly they can't imagine going back to the old way.
As a 30-year-old company, one of the things I love is the company was founded with a focus on the customer.
All of us at Intuit come to work every day to help our customers.
The care agents that are helping the customers, not long ago, they had tools, but they had many tools.
Our agents didn't really know the path customers had taken.
Well, what do they subscribe to? What's that particular circumstance? What's the knowledge base I should be using?
Having 9 CRM systems in the company was just terrible. About 3 years ago, we undertook a mission to do everything across Intuit service-oriented. The key partners in helping us do this is actually Salesforce.
Customer care is embedded in everything we do with the customer.
Our customers range from accountants to small business owners to individuals. It's very helpful for our agents to understand who those customers are when they contact us. A product like Service Cloud lets us understand our relationship with that customer.
We want to be there in those moments of truth for those small businesses. We need to be there with assisted support when they need us, where they need us, and in the channel they need us.
As an IT group now, we can focus our energy on producing great experiences for employees so they can create great experiences for customers.
Service Cloud is such a critical tool for our agents. They can't deliver an awesome experience unless they have one place to go where they have a 360 view of the customer.
We're now experimenting with new ways of providing service for customers, looking at video, looking at co-browsing, looking at ways of integrating data coming from the product into the Salesforce screens. We can see where the customer's been in the product. We can understand help topics they might have looked at so that we can give them contextually relevant help right away.
They know everything about the customer, so they can deliver the answers quickly. They are co-browsing, they are looking at the same feature, they're pointing at the same stuff, and they can actually talk about what's going on to get the question answered.
It's reassuring for customers if an agent can essentially hold their hand through the problem, using a technology like SOS to show them in the product where to look.
That is like somebody sitting right next to you, helping you answer your question.
Customers are much happier at the end because they've had a more human interaction with that agent. With Salesforce, we're using technologies here to continue to create connections between those agents and between those customers.
To have that information and be able to help them is so rewarding, and that makes the difference.
Well, that is amazing. If I said to you, what sort of company do you think will be on the leading edge of innovation, disruption, tearing things up? You would probably say bookkeeping and tax preparation. Those are the wild ones. So the thing about Intuit that makes them a phenomenal customer of mine is that they really do think the software and tax filing is secondary. They know the customer service is the #1 thing. You'll hear that from both of our customers today as well. So what about us? That's Intuit. What about you? What about me? Well, we have one thing that we see being an issue for a lot of folks, which is that the tooling that we have built over the last 20 years and 30 years, our technology, is not set up for the number one thing being the customer service. What is the org chart of your company? And what does that do to the customer's experience? Do you actually have a different human sell to your customer than service them, and a different person sends them marketing emails? I'm not saying that that's wrong and you have to fix it, but it's an example of we designed it not for this world of the customer being the number one concern. And so we have a gap. Salesforce obviously believes that the customer success platform is going to make a lot of the harder parts of getting to this new world a lot easier by having a single platform for sales, service, marketing, your mobile apps, and apps you develop, anything you do to help serve the customer. And on that platform, we are very excited to have built Service Cloud Lightning. Service Cloud Lightning is the #1 customer success platform, and that is from the work of tens of thousands of customers like you. And we focus on 4 areas. We focus on connected service. We focus on faster service, because that still matters. I still want to get off of the phone with you and on with my day. We focus on smarter service, because there's a whole new world of data about your customers that you can use to create a phenomenally better experience than your competitors can. And we talk about personalized service. That is something where we've done a lot of investment, and we'll hear a little bit more today about how we're doing that. And it's not academic. You can't run a business by doing things just because they seem like they are the right thing to do. It's important to do the right thing, but you also need to make money here in this capitalism thing that we selected. And in that world, you have to be driving to results. What we focus on is what you focus on. We focus on reducing the time it takes to solve a problem, reducing our costs to serve, and speeding things up. Our average response from people who deploy Service Cloud is a 45% lift in customer satisfaction. And that means money, and it means more runway to innovate and do more for your customer. And that innovation that you folks have done has placed us way out in front of everyone in the analysts' views of the customer service market. We're here in this #1 spot because of the work from you. This is the Gartner Magic Quadrant for Customer Engagement Centers. I have an inside secret for you. Gartner does not call us and ask whether we think we're #1. Gartner calls you. So this is all from customer survey. It's all from customer interview. So we thank you for this. We're honored by your commitment and your innovation on the platform. We're going to dig in on those 4 areas, but I just wanted to pause, put this up here, and say this is a testament to your hard work. So thank you. So we'll talk about 4 areas: connected service, faster, smarter, and personalized. And we're going to start with connected service. And connected service was a word that I was saying 10 years ago, but I meant, hey, when the customer calls, let's actually know what they've bought from us. A very simple form of connection. Well, connected now means something very new, and that's going to radically change what's possible. Yesterday, I was with the CEO of a company that refills your home heating oil tank. This is not a high glamour industry. This is not a bunch of edgy city folk tech nerds. This is guys who refill oil tanks. And he said, I'm deploying 10,000 Wi-Fi enabled home heating oil tanks this month. I'll be doing 1 million a month next year. We're going to be able to eliminate the need for the customer ever to say he needs more oil. We're going to do it before they even know. We're going to eliminate there ever being a time that you run out of oil and your house is cold. And so if it's touching the home heating oil industry, the Internet of Things and what it enables, these connected devices, it affects you. One of the great things that's a part of this connected world is the ability to extend your service to new places. Today, we're very excited to announce Service Cloud Lightning snap-ins. You saw in the video of Intuit, you saw a video screen of the support agent talking to a person on Intuit's mobile app, right there in the app. Our customers, including you guys, said, we want to be able to do that on our website. within our own product, on a web app that I run that people can download on their computer. I want to be able to put that experience anywhere. Snap-ins lets you do that. And that's so important because now you can make that service the differentiator for your product, and you can embed that throughout. So this is all just a warm-up because the star of the show is the product, and I'm very excited to bring on stage Melissa Melly, who is going to lead us through an amazing story about Stanley Healthcare.
Thank you, Todd. We are so excited to announce Snap-ins. It actually just hit the wire this morning. So you are the very first people to see this product. Are you guys ready for it? I love the enthusiasm up here. That's great. Thank you. So we're going to focus this on Stanley Healthcare. Stanley Healthcare is doing incredibly innovative technology. They're an arm of Stanley Black & Decker, and one of their products I'm going to talk about is the Hugs Wi-Fi tag. So when the mother comes to the hospital to deliver the baby, they give her a simple bracelet with the Hugs Wi-Fi tag. They attach an anklet right to the child after he's born. Now, the product is so special because it's connecting the mother and the child together, also to the hospital, and it's sending data real time into Salesforce, so a completely connected device. So let's envision here that there's a nurse. She's at the hospital and she's with one of the infants, and she can't figure out how to fasten one of those bracelets. So the first thing that she's going to try doing is she's definitely going to go onto the mobile app. She's constantly on her feet, and she goes to her phone for answers. Within that mobile app, help is surfaced immediately. There's topics that are in there that are relevant just to her, and she finds an article that's based just on this issue. She looks through the article. She says, you know what, this is long. I am not going to have time for this. My next transport is in just 15 minutes. Not to worry. With Service Cloud Snap-ins, you can put that help anywhere you need it. So she has SOS right in the power of her hand. So she's going to send through an SOS request. So I'm going to actually switch gears slightly, and I want to show you the view of the agent. So imagine there's a Service Cloud agent, a Stanley Healthcare agent who's just received this request. This request was pushed to him based on the fact that it was likely a Hugs Wi-Fi type case. This is because that nurse was already in that searching experience, and she was looking at that article. So he has that context right in front of him. He can also see that this is also a case that is coming from one of their biggest customers, New York Presbyterian Hospital. Underneath that, he can see a view of all of the different assets that they have. And look here, you can actually see there's an indicator saying that there's one of these Hugs Wi-Fi tags that's not connected to the baby's skin. This is all because all of this data is connected into Service Cloud. On his upper right-hand side, he sees the milestone ticker. The milestone ticker tells him exactly how much time he has to solve this case before it gets kicked up to the next level of service. So he's never going to miss any of those service level agreements, and New York Presbyterian is always going to get the best level of service. Underneath that, he has Service Wave Analytics. Service Wave Analytics is taking the power of all of the data across the platform and data that lives outside of that platform and bringing it all into that agent console. So he can see that there's actually been a spike in the number of cases that are coming from this specific Hugs Wi-Fi tag, just in this department. He's putting a couple things together at this point, and he realizes it's not a product issue, it's likely a training issue. But who knows? We'll dig into it. He also has some knowledge articles in front of him. Just in case he needs some quick answers right in his back pocket, he has it based on the context of this case. So let's dig into the SOS case.
Hi, my name is Mohammed from Stanley Healthcare. How can I help you today?
Hi, Mohammed. I'm here with the infant, and I'm trying to fasten this Hugs Wi-Fi tag, and I can't get it to work. Can you help me out here?
Well, yes, I could help you. The first thing I'm going to need is some visual indication. Is there a way you can turn on your video camera so I could see what you're doing?
Yeah, that's great. All right, can you see this okay?
I could see it, but it's a little dark. Is it possible you just to touch the screen to turn on your flashlight?
Yeah, absolutely. How's that? Can you see it okay now?
Actually, that's a lot better. I'm glad, and I actually know what the problem is. You're actually reversing the tag. If you were to flip it, the band will actually slide in very easily.
Oh, okay. So you think I should put it on like this? Is this right?
That's exactly it.
Oh, great. Wow, that was really helpful. Thank you so much. That would have taken me a while to figure out.
I'm glad I could help, but I also notice this isn't the first time your New York Presbyterian has asked this question. I think it'd be beneficial if I schedule some training for your team.
You think? All right, hold on a second. You know, my team is over here. I have a big old team. I'm gonna ask them if is that okay?
Sure, if you'd like some privacy, you can simply just pause the session.
Sure. What do you think, team? Do we need some training? All right, we might need some training. That's fine. Okay, yep, the team wants some training, definitely.
Okay, I do have time next week to schedule. I'll schedule it immediately.
Great, thank you so much. So that was the power of being able to take Snap-ins and put it into that mobile experience. So I'm sure you're wondering now, what about my website? Am I able to do this? With the power of Snap-ins, we can take SDKs and put them anywhere. So what you're looking at now is the view of the Stanley Healthcare website. Imagine there's a hospital administrator. He's interested in rolling out those Hugs Wi-Fi tags to the NICU, one of the most sensitive areas of the hospital. So the first place he's gonna do is he's gonna do some research on the website. In his lower right-hand corner, he can see he has access to help. Right here, he has a menu of the different types of options. Notice this is completely branded and a seamless experience with everything else he's doing in the website. But, you know, he's not ready for that yet, so he's gonna keep searching around the site. As he keeps going through this, he sees that the help options are going to change. So now, in the lower right-hand side, it's adapted to the type of help he likely needs. Now, this is surfacing up relevant help articles based on the context of who he is and his previous search history with the site. And he's gonna continue looking through the site for a little bit longer here. And as he gets through, he realizes he's landed on the wrong page. This is not what he was looking for. So right now what you're seeing is there's been a chat surfaced up to him. The system has taken all of those help options and brought it down exactly to what he needs at that point in time. So he starts the chat, and he's gonna go in there, he's gonna ask the agent, how about the NICU? Is this safe for the NICU? Almost instantly, he's gonna get an answer right from that agent. And again, that's because this agent has the power of Salesforce right at his fingertips and answers that are surfaced up almost immediately. So that's the power of Snap-ins. We've brought that personalized experience with us through every single channel of that journey with the customer. I think at this point, I want to actually introduce two folks that are behind the demo who actually built this. First, I want to introduce Faisal over there. That was your SOS agent. And Kelvin is right over here as well. The reason I'm introducing you is they are Service Cloud experts. They built this demo. They know it inside and out. So if you have questions after this, feel free to come up to us or them and ask us some questions. Thank you. Back to you, Todd.
Thank you, Melissa. And will everyone do one thing for me? Can we just repeat after me? We're going to say happy birthday, Melissa. Happy birthday, Melissa. She turned 20 again. Okay, so moving forward. So what's that second thing? It's faster service. You saw quickly trying different things to help that customer. The heart of how we do that is the console. At the heart of Service Cloud Lightning is the console. It's an idea that we completely brazenly stole from the world of airplane cockpit design. It's put everything on one pane of glass. Your pilot, you do not want distracted by hitting Alt-Tab, turning to look at this device. You don't want it with your support agents either. And so the console puts it all on one pane of glass to create that perfect experience to go faster for your agents. And so I'm very excited. We're going to bring up our first customer. And Gaurav Hamdev is at B&H Photo. How many people have been to B&H Photo? How many people have been a customer since they were 9 years old? So B&H is a great example of someone who understands the power of customers for life. I'm a customer for life. I was beside myself when he said, yes, we'll come and talk. I'm like, it's the ultimate New York company. Welcome.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Thank you very much, sir.
Okay, so for those of us who either don't know who B&H is, that's ridiculous, you're not allowed. I'm kicking you out of New York. But, for those of us who don't really understand what the real business looks like, it's not just the store. Tell us a little bit about B&H.
Sure, I'd be glad to. So I'll take you down memory lane a little bit. So B&H started about 40 years back as a small mom and pop shop in downtown Manhattan. The founders of the company focused on photography, and that's all that we were about, and that's how most people know B&H today. They focused on just being honest and treating the customer right and giving the customer all the information they require to make their purchase decision. They didn't try to upsell. They didn't try to cross-sell. They just wanted to be honest and give them the information they need to buy the product. And after the transaction was done, they've serviced them exceptionally. So 40 years back, they were doing this. Fast forward today, B&H is very different. Our customers are not just local New York residents or tourists. Our customers are all over the world. We have a website that services everyone all over the world. Our website was rated last year by Consumer Reports as the best electronics shopping place. We take our content on the website and handcraft it. We make it very simple so that the consumer can really understand what they are buying. We don't just take the content, copy it from one place and paste it anywhere else. So we still follow those kind of philosophies. Our mobile apps are pretty strong, and the experience is something that we really focus on. We've got partnerships with Google and Apple, and Google actually has our app as the Editor's Choice Award.
Wow.
We have a store now in Midtown Manhattan. We don't have the downtown store anymore, but we've got a mega store in New York. It's on 34th Street, and it's more of an experience center now. We focus on really giving you the experience because there's many retailers out there that sell the same thing that we do, so how do we distinguish ourselves? We give you the exceptional service and the exceptional knowledge, but we give you the experience in our store. You could go to our store and you can fly drones. Where else can you do that? You could take virtual reality headsets and actually try them on. You can't do that anywhere else. So we made it an experience center. That's why it's become an iconic landmark here in New York City. And the call center that we have is a large call center where we service consumers and businesses. Our sales guys are trained exceptionally to help out the customer on the other side. They're not commission-based, so they will spend as much time as you need to understand what you need. I've seen them spend an hour with a customer and not finish a sale. That's completely fine by us. I know it defies the call center metrics, but it's okay. That's our business model. We want to be right for the customer. So 40 years down, we still try to follow the same values that our founders instated at B&H. And if it kind of sinks in what you said earlier, it's the age of the customer. For us, it's always been.
That's great. And so when I was learning his story, we were on the phone, and I said, so what improvement have you had in the average handle time for a call to the call center? And he said, we don't permit people to measure that. It's like, socialism? No, the number one. So how did they get to be the number one? So you've deployed Service Cloud. What is next in the journey for B&H? What are you focused on next?
So Service Cloud, the way we look at it, is more of a foundational element. We've gotten all the different tools connected to the CRM. I think I heard someone say earlier that there are way too many tools. I think that was on the video. There are way too many tools. We have the same issue. The customer wants to contact us via phone, email, chat, social media, and we've got many systems that we provide the agents for order handling, customer management, what have you. So that agent has a lot of swivel chairing to do. So we've taken all that and put that onto the cloud, but that's just the foundational element. We know so much more about this customer that we could we can take that data and make a difference. We can personalize the experience. We know what they're shopping online. We know what they're browsing online. We know what they're searching for online. We know what we're sending them from a marketing perspective. We know how they're responding to that. So we know so much more about the customer. So we want to take all the data and leverage it to make it an even better experience for the customer and continue our journey on ensuring that we're doing the right thing by the customer.
That is phenomenal. And so you have some folks in the room who are about to begin the journey that you've been so successful with and a lot more to go. One piece of advice you would give to folks about to start the journey?
Have a strong heart. Be ready to put in a little bit of a disruption, tear apart your system, to your point earlier. But I would say focus on data quite a bit. Ensure that the data that's going into the system is clean, is really thought about, because the people that are going to use the system, it's important that they can trust the system. It's important that they look at the data and they're like, okay, I can believe this data. So that when they're talking to the customer actually is amazed that the agent knows so much about me. If that data is not correct and there's not a whole lot of focus on that, then it doesn't help out that much. So that's just one out of 10 other things I could think of.
Great. Well, thank you very much, and thank you for your success.
Thanks.
And we'll talk to you soon. All right, so the third thing we talked about was smarter service. And at the heart of smarter service is omni-channel presence and routing. And omni-channel is a new capability that we've built into the Service Cloud, and it went GA and turned it on for our clients to enable starting last October. Omni-channel reevaluates the balancing of work based on the skills of the agents and the type of cases coming in, and it reevaluates that and rebalances the workload, not based on when you happened to call in, and if you got stuck behind 2 difficult support cases, too bad. It reevaluates and rebalances that workload 5 times a second. And so that creates, it's a smarter way to do the service. The second piece is we've now built Wave Analytics into the Service Cloud, and we have a new Service Wave app that is coming out next month. And that is analytics not just for the service managers, which service managers have always had analytics. Not always great in my experience, but we've always had some sort of reporting, but also put that insight about the customer in the hands of the agent. The fourth area is personalized service. And there's a couple of areas here, and I picked out the ones where I'm seeing the fastest progress, the biggest change. When we're rolling out technology, you need to balance the hard stuff that takes a long time and that is not exciting to the tops of the business, and balance that with quick wins that really feel good so you can keep the momentum, keep your success going. The first is customer communities. It is not unusual for customers of ours to take the customer communities product, replace the contact us page on their website with an interactive community that you can build business process, the knowledge base, and actually collaboration between customers so they answer each other's questions. It is not unusual for people to have the incoming flow of cases drop by half and customer satisfaction go up by 80%. I'm gonna say something and I'll say it only once because some people don't like it. No one wants to talk to you. They don't want to call you. If they're below a certain age, they don't even know what you're talking about with this telephone stuff. That's the thing with the Twitters on it. And they're swiping. It's very amazing. So, customer self-service using customer communities, we actually thought at first it was going to be about deflecting cases. It's not. It's about a happier customer. And you can move really quickly on it. And then the second piece is something we launched on March 15th, which is Field Service Lightning. And this takes every interaction that you have with the customer. We've now expanded the Service Cloud's ability to have that full 360 view to include the field technicians that go out to your customers' sites and take care of repairing or performing maintenance on your products. We have a very exciting coincidence. He went live with Field Service Lightning this past Saturday. He is our first customer live on the product. It launched on March 15th. He went live this past weekend. We're very excited about that too. I want to bring up Mirza Chugtai from Miner Corporation. Come on up, Mirza. So there's a declaration I want to make first. They do not do mining. So why don't you tell us what Miner Corp does, Mirza? Thank you for coming up.
Absolutely. Miner Corporation is North America's largest independent facility expert. We provide services, mission-critical equipment, replacement services in 72 different trades. We have 22 markets with hundreds of self-performed technicians, as well as thousands of technicians in our ecosystem. We are using field services platform in a very different way. We wanted to actually create a customer experience where if a customer calls our customer care center or talk to a field services agent or talk to a technician, they got exactly the same information through all those channels. Customer experience is something that differentiates us from most of the people that are in the field services industry today.
That's great. So you were telling me a story about a distribution warehouse that you take care of, and it has 420 loading docks with 18-wheelers pulling in, unloading, and loading. So how is Field Service Lightning helping you if there's an issue with the door of one of those bays or with one of those ramps?
Absolutely.
Give us a story.
So we are helping our customers not only on the logistics side, but also keeping their total cost of ownership low. We are not focused on just providing them total cost of ownership. We are talking about optimal cost of ownership. So the journey starts not when the door stops working. It starts providing the information and collecting the information on how many times you have provided the service. So talk about, Service Cloud, talk about Service Wave, the ability to absorb all that information into your platform and have that available for your technicians. We can predict when we need to do preventive maintenance.
Wow.
We can talk about with our customers and say, this is the optimal cost. This is how much you have actually invested in service. It is about time that we actually make an investment into the equipment and make a replacement at this point, so we can ensure that you don't have a catastrophic failure that would have an impact on your cost of ownership.
So you don't want the door to ever fail.
Absolutely. That's too late.
That's too late.
That's too late.
That is great. So I'll ask you the question. So you're a great user of Salesforce. You're a great practitioner. What's your piece of advice for folks that are thinking, beginning this journey? Could be with field service, but could be with the Service Cloud in general.
Absolutely. I think you have to have a connected platform. Everyone is talking about connected products. But before you get to connected products, you have to have a connected platform where your sales, your service, your operations, your marketing, all are looking at the same information, presenting the same information to your customers. Then you can add on your connected products on top of it, because that's the last piece of the journey. That would actually give you another dimension. My entire career I've spent on creating customer experiences in financial industries, manufacturing industries, distribution industries. And we have always dealt with this challenge of 5, 6, 7 different systems and how you bring the information together. And by the time you have brought that information together, it's too late, right? The customer need had already passed by. We are focused on building an analytics-ready operational platform. And I think my best advice would be to focus on the quality of data. Make it easy to get that information into your ecosystem, into your platform, so you can actually make better decisions.
That is great. Wise words. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Congratulations on the Go Live. So we talked about 4 areas. We talked about connected service. We talked about faster service. That's very important. Have I mentioned faster service? It's very important. We also talked about smarter service. I love the idea of, I know when to replace the part before it will fail. I remember a time in my career when that was a story and a dream and science fiction, and it's now real. Companies are doing it, and they're not enormous Fortune 500 companies. They are innovators that are of all sizes, and I love that. And then personalized service. There is nothing more critical in the customer experience than when someone you are a customer of send someone that you do not know into your business, your work site, or your home. The field service experience is a make or break opportunity to create a phenomenal customer relationship. So today is just one step in the journey. I hope this has been helpful. We got 2 great customers. We got a great demo from someone who just had a birthday. This is a journey, though. We have experts downstairs in the product expo. Your account executive should be able to hook you up with any information you need. We've just released a new Service Cloud Trail on Trailhead. So if you're a Trailhead, anyone a Trailhead fan? Good answer. I like that. Half of you passed. There's a new Service Cloud Trail, so go complete that trail. And then my last ask for you is, we come and we make this investment to come and share stories with you, show you what can be done. We need to always be getting better. So those registration iPads where you signed in this morning have magically become survey machines. So after Eli, or after this session, if you're gonna skip Eli, that's ridiculous. After this session, or after Eli, go down there, tell us what you think. We wanna know. We wanna know what could make it one notch better. And with that, I'm gonna thank you for your time. I wanna say thank you to my customers. I wanna say thank you to the demo team. Thank you to Melissa, and enjoy the rest of your day.